And the Lord spake to Moses and to Aaron, and said, Take thou the sum of the number of the sons of Kohath, from the midst of Levites, by their houses and minus, from the 30th year and above unto the 50th year, of all that enter, that they stand and minister in the tabernacle of the bond of peace. This is the religion of the sons of Kohath. Aaron and his sons shall enter into the tabernacle of the bond of peace, and into the holy of holy things, when a tent shall be moved. And they shall do down the veil that hangeth before the gates, and they shall wrap it in the ark of witnessing. And they shall cover it again with a veil of jacinthine skins, and they shall stretch forth above a mantle of oil, mantle all of jacinth. And they shall lead in bearing staves. Also they shall wrap the table of proposition, either of setting forth, in a mantle of jacinth. And they shall put therewith the censers and mortars or spoons of gold, little cups and great cups to shed, flowing sacrifices. Loaves shall ever be in the table. And they shall stretch forth there above a red mantle, which they shall cover again with a covering of jacinthine skins. And they shall lead in the bearing staves. They shall take also a mantle of jacinth, with which they shall cover the candlestick, with his lanterns and tongs and snuffers, and all the oil vessels that be needful to the lanterns be ordained. And upon all these things they shall put a covering of jacinthine skins, and they shall lead in the bearing staves. Also they shall wrap the golden altar in a cloth of jacinth, and they shall stretch forth above it a covering of jacinthine skins, and they shall lead in bearing staves. They shall wrap in a mantle of jacinth all the vessels in which it is ministered in the sanctuary, and they shall stretch forth above it a covering of jacinthine skins, and they shall lead in the bearing staves. But also they shall cleanse the altar from ashes, and they shall wrap it in a cloth of purple, and they shall put with it all the vessels which they use in the service thereof, that is, the resets or receptacles of fire, the tongs and flesh hooks, and other hooks, and the censers, or the pans of coals. And they shall cover all the vessels of the altar together in a veil of jacinthine skins, and they shall lead in the bearing staves. And when Aaron and his sons have wrapped the sanctuary and all vessels thereof in the moving of tents, then the sons of Kohath shall enter, that they bear the things wrapped, and touch not the vessels of sanctuary, lest they die. These be the burdens of the sons of Kohath in the tabernacle of bond of peace, on which Eleazar the son of Aaron the priest shall be, to whose care the oil pertaineth to ordain lanterns, and the incense which is made by craft, and the sacrifice which is offered ever, that is, in each day, and the oil of anointing, and whatever thing pertaineth to the adorning of the tabernacle, and of all vessels that be in the sanctuary. And the Lord spake to Moses and Aaron, and said, Do not ye lose the people of Kohath from the midst of the Levites, but do ye this thing to them, that they live and die not. If they touch the holy of holy things, Aaron and his sons shall enter, and they shall dispose the works of all the sons of Kohath, and they shall part what who oweth to bear. Other men see not by any curiosity those things that be in the sanctuary, before that those be wrapped, else they shall die. And the Lord spake to Moses and said, Take thou the sum or the number also the sons of Gershon, by their houses and minus and kindreds. Number thou them 30 years and above unto 50 years, all that enter and serve in the tabernacle of the bond of peace. This is the office of the sons of Gershonites, that they bear the curtains of the tabernacle, and the roof, or covering, of the bond of peace, another covering, and the veil of jacinth, that shall be above all things, and the tent that hangeth in the entry of the tabernacle of the bond of peace, and the curtains of the great entry, and the veil in the entry that is before the tabernacle. What Aaron commandeth, and his sons, the sons of Gershon, shall bear all things that pertain to the altar, the cords and the vessels or instruments of their service, and they shall know to what charge they owe to be bound. This is the office of the minus of Gershonites in the tabernacle of bond of peace, and they shall be under the hand of Ithamar, the son of Aaron, priest. Also, thou shalt number the sons of Merari by the minus and houses of their fathers, from 30 years and above unto 50 years, all that enter into the office of their service, and to the adorning of the bond of peace of witnessing. These be their changes or burdens. They shall bear the tables of the tabernacles and the bars thereof, the pillars and their fundaments or bases, also the pillars of the great entry by compass, with their fundaments and their stakes and their cords. And they shall take all the instruments and the appurtenance of the tabernacle by number, and so they shall bear them. This is the office of the mina of Merarites, and the service in the tabernacle of the bond of peace. And they shall be under the hand of Ithamar, the son of Aaron the priest. Therefore Moses and Aaron, the princes of the synagogue, numbered the sons of Kohath by the kindreds and houses of their fathers, from 30 years and above unto the 50th year, all that entered to the service of the tabernacle of the bond of peace. And they were found 2,750. This is the number of the people of Kohath, which entereth unto the tabernacle of bond of peace. Moses and Aaron numbered these by the word of the Lord, by the hand of Moses. And the sons of Gershon were numbered by the kindreds and houses of their fathers, from 30 years and above unto 50 years, all that enter, that they serve the tabernacle of bond of peace. And they were found 2,630. This is the people of Gershonites that Moses and Aaron numbered by the kindreds and houses, by word of the Lord. And the sons of Merari were numbered by the kindreds and houses of their fathers, from 30 years and above unto 50 years, all that entered to fulfill the customs or the services of the tabernacle of the bond of peace. And they were found 3,200. This is the number of the sons of Merari, which Moses and Aaron numbered by the commandment of the Lord, by the hand of Moses, all that were numbered of the Levites, and which Moses and Aaron and the princes of Israel made to be numbered by the kindreds and houses of their fathers, from 30 years and above unto 50 years, and entered to the service of the tabernacle, and to bear the charges thereof, were altogether 8,504 score. By the word of the Lord Moses numbered them, each man by his office and his charges, as the Lord commanded to him.